Go live and see what happens.
No. Ow, my eye. No, my hat.
The Rise and Grind morning struggles. Let's wait a couple of seconds.
Are we live?
Share this out, yeah.
Good morning.
Share this out. Let people hop on.
You get to see that nice little slapstick.
Do our thing. See Talon in his
Podcast listeners don't get to experience what just happened.
Talon in his true element of Talonness.
Panic and chaos.
Share. I'm just gonna share these to the relevant channels.
Oh, look at you can see it in the thumbnail.
Sharing your timeline.
I have "Look Who's Crying Now" by Journey stuck in my head.
Oops. Wait, how's that go?
Dun 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 dun. Do 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 do.
So before we get started, we can probably talk about. You went to Core Strength Experience.
I did go to Core Strength Experience.
Your first personal
My
development.
first personal development. That is exactly what I call it. A human communication. It.
We just saw the thumbnail of Talon struggling to get a sweatshirt off on the video. It's really good.
Hold on, but wait, can you see it? Oh my god.
It's really good. Anyways,
okay, Facebook guys, definitely check that out. Oh god. Yeah.
So thoughts on core strength or investing in yourself?
Yeah. So I came into it not knowing what it exactly was. I had an idea of who Michael Burnoff was through Perry. I had a idea of why I was there, and then I came in there a little skeptical, as I am with most things, and I feel like it's healthy as long as it doesn't get in my way of like getting out of my comfort zone and trying new things. But I was not only completely surprised, pleasantly by the content of what he had to offer, but then I was also I feel like I got a lot of things out that I don't normally, I wouldn't have had I not gone there. So I realized a few things about myself. And what it does, it's not so much about what he's saying, it's how you start talking to yourself during the weekend. I feel like really.
Yeah, right. Because, and I think we're going to touch on this a little bit in today's episode, but growth externally starts with growing internally.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like if you want to grow your career, if you want to grow your business, if you want to grow the relationships around you, like if you're not growing as an individual, whether it be your mind or your health or whatever it may be, like it's going to be hard to grow anything else.
Yeah.
Right? So you really realize that you need to grow as a person to, grow everything else.
Mm-hmm. I 100% agree.
And that's where it starts.
Yeah.
Everyone goes to a conference like that and it's like, I want to grow my business. I want to create better relationships with my family. And then you're like, oh, wait, the roadblock is me.
The roadblock is me.
So, and usually what it is.
Yeah, very often. I feel like. I mean, some people have like terrible environments, but.
Yeah, for sure.
But
you can't control everything, but you can
control what you can control. Like consciously control what you can control. Try to do it. Like that's what I think is a really good part. Really good takeaway, and that's going to kind of lead us into what our topic is today. And it being the holiday season and a recommendation from
a friend
is living with integrity and nurturing relationships. Doesn't have to be romantic. I think this goes a lot towards nurturing the relationships to those teammates we talk about. Like your team. Right, doesn't necessarily have to be like all like your friends, but making sure that you have a good
girlfriends, wives, kids, families, friends, like
colleagues,
whoever is on your inner circle,
mm-hmm.
your team, your Pokemon team, right?
Your Pokemon team,
whoever your Pikachu is, man, you gotta
make sure that you maintain a good relationship with that person.
Definitely.
And like we hit on it. One of the ways that you do that is making sure that you take care of yourself first.
Yep.
The analogy that I like to use with my friends who are number one, the people pleasers or whatever.
The people pleasers.
The people pleasers. The number one person whose safety the safety of the rescuer is always put above the person being rescued in like some kind of operation. So like if I'm a pararescue guy, my safety is put in front of the person who I'm trying to help.
Yeah, it's like the airplane analogy. You know, when the oxygen mask comes
come down,
right?
yeah. Put your mask on first, and then go
worry
help
about
your
everyone
neighbor.
else.
Yeah, and I think that is a really important way of looking at it, because I see a lot of people like give and give and give of themselves and stuff like that.
Yeah, and you run
but
dry.
Then you run dry, and what they're giving ends up like being like less, and they're doing themselves less, and they're pulling themselves short. And you really take some time to figure out what your values are, who you want yourself to be, and then live that way.
Yeah.
I think, and this is a lot of stuff that I'm taking away from the core experience too, which I guess I didn't expect that the episode to be about, but
yeah,
highly recommended.
You know, and you're right. This is super fitting with, you know, Thanksgiving coming up and being thankful for your friends and family and team, and you know, taking good care of them. I've had some things in my life where, you know, I need to be there for family and friends because they have situations going on.
100%.
So, you know, everyone always has stuff going on. So it's always important to like not just do this around Thanksgiving, but do this all the time.
Yeah,
right? You don't necessarily know what people have going on in their lives, and sometimes you do, and sometimes you don't. But you know, if you're kind of literally living with integrity and living to, you know, what your values are, and they're aligned with the person you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's important, right?
And then knowing, like, so
that's funny. That's literally your next note on this. I didn't read it, but maybe
aligning your values to be who you want to be. Like, and this was an important exercise for me, was aligning, like, what do you think your values are?
Yeah.
Then do they match up with who you are or who you want to be?
Yeah.
Right. And so this is going to be kind of how like, you take some values, like
because a lot of people haven't put the thought into values like we put thought into values. Like what is your value ladder in life that like you filter your life's activities through?
Well, now it's going to be
so it was probably real messed up.
It was
before.
real messed up before. It was real messed up before.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is keeping me who I am right now.
Yeah.
Not who I want to be. So it changed a lot more into lifestyle changes. So I live a healthy lifestyle, and I commit to that. And I commit to growing my kids program with things like that. I don't want to get into the huge, like, you know, detailed list, but
yeah. So I think one for you, not to pick on you, but I'll pick on you.
You can pick on
me. But it's congruency with health, right?
Yes.
You had a lot of like mental health, good stuff, doing the podcast and learning about yourself, and good health on the map, but like, you know, you're only in the gym for so many hours a day. Your health outside the academy needs to be reflective of that as well, right? Your relationships outside the academy, your diet outside the academy.
100%.
And that might not have been as congruent as you wanted it to be, but you also didn't realize that at that point in time, right? So now you've been working a lot on, you know, keeping healthy outside the gym with workout routines, eating enough food.
I've got a really good partner.
I have to like... He's all picky and bougie at Collectivo, wanted his chorizo and almond milk lattes. But yeah, you know, you're aligning your values with what you want to be and who you want to be.
Yes.
Which is really important.
Yeah. And now, so that we get this out of the... We've talked about yourself. Okay, so now we're going to, from this point on in the podcast, we're talking as if you are putting yourself first and you're aligning your values to be who you want to be.
So we have a bunch of people watching right now. And this might be an interesting experiment, but a lot of friends, a lot of Nutri-Ground people. What is like your number one core value? Like what is your number one filter that everything in your life gets filtered through? Might be a good question. Might see a lot of interesting answers, but drop that in the comments. Also, you should hit that heart button. Just hit a bunch of those hearts. I like the heart button emoji.
The heart button is good.
Yeah, but if you're on the audio podcast, then you should just like us and just give us a review.
Your core value. All right, guys. I see
we can
watching.
Sometimes there's a delay with when the comments come in, but we'll carry on and we'll come back to that if anyone drops that in.
So, I think an important part of that like screws up relationships, and sometimes even like a relationship. I've been in a long-term relationship. I've been with my girlfriend for quite a while now, and
The lovely Sophia.
the lovely Sophia. And even now, it's just realizing like I have it down pretty pat when she's in a bad way or she needs some kind of help.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, I felt like helping somebody meant giving them advice. And that's not what that means at all.
No.
So not only recognizing when someone
Not at
needs help, but like they might not need what you think they need.
No, not everyone needs advice. Some people might just need ears.
Ears.
Someone might just
Most
need
of the time.
freaking hug.
Yeah.
Like,
or just they don't need to be talked to. You just need to like do the dishes for them, or like maybe come home with coffee one day, or like give them a call, or like sometimes like maybe just a head nod in the office, right? Like somebody just needs a little recognition and attention. Could be considered help.
Heather left us a really good value, I think, and I think this is a really important one.
Oh, wow.
Hers is how her daughter sees her. So how Autumn sees Heather. I think that's really important to set a good example and be congruent with it at all times. Not just when your kids are watching.
Oh, yeah.
Being that human who you want them to grow up to be. That's an amazing value. I like that. That encompasses
100%.
A lot of things.
Yes, it does.
Cool.
Good job, Heather. You win that one. Do the dishes. That's a big one, honestly. Yeah. Or like you'd be so surprised. Like I'll come home and I'll just be like, oh yeah, okay. I'll like do the dishes and then I'll start like wiping the the stove, and it's just because it needs to be done. I'm not thinking about it or whatever. And then Sophia comes home and she literally like starts crying. She's just like, it's so nice of you. Yeah. I'm just doing my part. I'm not a Neanderthal. Right. This is just my part in the household. But that's how little, like these little small things that can mean something a lot to somebody.
Yeah. And, with them being on your team, you should know, if someone's on your team, you should know what they need. Right? Yes. Not necessarily what they want. What they not need. What you want to give them, what they need. Mm-hmm. Right? You wanted to give advice. Mm-hmm. They might have wanted you to do something else, but that's not actually what they needed to help them in the situation, right? So maybe give them what they want, but you also have to keep in mind, like, okay, I'm going to give you what you want, but is this actually going to help anything? Yeah. Or do I need to help you with what you need? But yeah, so yourself first.
Yep.
And then you got to focus on that.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of we touched on our last point, but like there's a lot of different kinds of. We say the word relationships, and I feel like I didn't put relationships into like the context of like all the different kinds of relationships I have, and all the different kinds of attention each one of those relationships need.
Yeah.
Because like a romantic relationship is much different than the relationship I have with Perry. Well, I don't know, but.
Got the peanut gallery to laugh on that one.
Anyhow,
give me the sleepy eyes.
Sleepy eyes. Anyhow, but yeah, and like so, like the relationship and the care and attention I need to give my students is like much. That's a very particular type of attention, and then you break it down into a further meta where each one of those students needs a different kind of care and attention, and
for sure.
The parents need a different kind of attention, and my friends need a different kind of attention, but all of them need some sort of maintenance.
Yeah.
I like the word maintenance.
So we got Valerie. Valerie reached out to us in the chat about so Valerie is Abe's wife. You know Abe.
Okay.
They both train.
Yeah.
They moved to
Good luck in Indianapolis.
Indianapolis.
Or just Indiana.
Tell Abe to stop ducking me, and I still want to be on his podcast. Anyways. Hers is helping her family to grow and succeed, which I think is amazing. But make sure that it's not just your family; it's your family. Like you are on that family, so you need to grow and succeed as well.
Yes.
And I think we touched on this a little bit, but for them to grow and succeed, it's got to start with you, right?
Got to start.
I like that. I like these family ones. All you martial arts family people have everything in line.
They're fantastic.
I love it.
Like the families that we have training at the academy, we have like whole clans now.
Clans. Clan McLeod. Duncan McLeod to the Clan McLeod.
I miss Clan McLeod guy. Connor Campbell. I know you're not listening. You're a great student. We'd like to have you.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah. I think that's all I have to say about that.
What are you doing for Thanksgiving?
We usually do it. We not usually always do it at my mom's house.
Nice.
So we're gonna go to my mom's house, and that's a fun experience. This is the time of year we go through huge steps. This is a good time to talk about this. We like with my family. Everyone is like their birthdays and their all the holidays align in the same like 4 month block.
You guys all play Magic?
We do not. I'm the only Magic player.
Only card
But
playing
then there's
family.
this huge stretch after Valentine's Day where we don't see each other for months and months and months and months. And now it's like I see them every other weekend. But like it always reminds me like I really should definitely reach out to some of my aunts and uncles more often and definitely spend more time with my grandma.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm doing immediate family in Door County.
Immediate family in Door County.
Yeah, so
that's fun.
Yeah.
Parents,
brother, girlfriend's coming up. So that's gonna be
that's gonna be a nice little time.
It's gonna be a nice little time in a small little house.
We do
a small little family.
We do a big.
No, it'll be a great time.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
No, our family's growing. My cousin just had another baby, so now I call her my nieces because we're raised like brother and sister, but not like it's
more
we already have
for
a
the team.
We already have a big family, and it
more
just
people to
keeps
set
getting
examples
bigger.
for.
People are getting married and stuff. Yeah,
it's gonna grow over time.
Yeah.
Well, excellent. So that was episode 24.
24.
Nice quick one for you guys. Living with integrity. If you guys watch this, we still want to know we still want to know what your values are. Remember, take care of yourself first, and we'd love to know what your value filter is. I guess we could call it. Share and like this; it really helps us out. I think we just broke, over 1,500 listens on
that's
on Anchor,
phenomenal.
Which is really cool. Not including all the
I
Facebook
try to
Live
mix
stuff that we do. But like us, share us, give us a rating. I don't know if we have any ratings yet, but I also don't really care.
Rate us.
I get a lot of.
It just helps us.
Oh, the mailman story. Our mailman.
Oh, dude, our mailman. If you are watching, dude, you are the best. He's a member of our community. You see him all the time. He's a hilarious guy. I actually have been multiple occasions where I've ran into him, awesome. And I'll ask him how he's doing today. He says, getting paid to walk around doesn't get better. So he knows who I am.
He's probably watching.
He's probably watching. But shout out to you, guy. Do we have something for? Do we have any Culver's gift cards?
Ran up to the festival. Oh yeah, we'll get you something next time you stop by the gym for sure.
Stop by. We'll hook you up. But yeah, he stopped. We were at Fall into Grafton, the local event here, and he comes by and he's like, "Just wanted to stop by. I watch you guys every Saturday. You're doing a great job. Like, great work." And I was like, oh.
Lost
our first fan. It was awesome.
First fan.
Not our first fan, but our first we had no idea. Which actually I do get guys. I'll see people
like at the restaurant.
At the restaurant or somewhere, they'll be like, "Dude, you're from Facebook," and I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "You're the martial arts guy." Yeah. I see you all the time, and I'm like, "Oh wow, do you watch?" He's like, "Oh, I should."
I should.
Yeah, watch it. We're here to help you.
Watch it. Cool. Thanks a lot, guys. Episode 24. Next one is a quarter to 100.
Quarter to a hundo.
Awesome. Take care.